Alright. Let's get back into it. Yeah, I don't think I ever really thought about it too much, but the power of friendship is a bit of a theme in this game. Especially with Cloud, because when Cloud becomes Cloud, he literally, like, does a whole, he sounds like Sora from Kingdom Hearts. He's like, my friends are my power, you know? So it's a bit of a, like, and even there, like, in the Sid scene, he was like, you're my friend, I'm gonna stay to help you. Which is pretty cool. It's, again, everything in this game always has another side. There's never any theme in this game that just sits alone. There's always some kind of 400 IQ, like, thematic combination going on. That's why this game is written, in my opinion, one of the best written stories of all time. The reason that Cloud has this, like, friends are my power thing is because of how cold he is to his friends at the beginning of the game. So it's this foil between, at the beginning, he's like this cold mercenary that's just like, yeah, whatever. And then when he becomes true Cloud, now he's like, my friends are my power. Yu-Gi-Oh! Go. Why does this guy have no hitbox? I don't remember this guy having no hitbox. How's it going, OMG? Oh, actually, I forget. Does this item store thing only open up on disc 2? Or was it always open? I forget. Is this usually open? No. So yeah, secret room back here. I think it opens starting on disc 2. There's an elixir, a magic source, and full cure. Which I hate full cure, but you know, it exists. It's a materia, it kind of sucks. Moving on. Yo, Brebo! So great to see you, man. Think of the tier 2. Give me some love in the chat for Brebo. Without him, CRC wouldn't be a thing. Give him a shout out. Also, C-Mark, thank you for the host. And did I miss anything else? Fat Steve, thank you for the bits. Ithical, I think I missed your 16 month. Thank you so much. David, thanks for the bits. Bahamut, thank you for the 480. Nomadic, thank you for the 100. Good to see you, man. How you doing? Thanks for being here, Nomadic. Ba, ba, ba. Nice, Marsh. Yeah, I'm always so excited to see how people are doing with their CRC games. It don't matter how long it takes. That's why I designed it that way, so there wouldn't be any... I didn't want anyone to feel obligated or, like, pushed. I wanted everyone to do it on their own time. That's why there's no, like, time limit or anything, you know? Because I understand people have lives. I do the same thing. I still have not finished half the games I started a year ago. Just, that's what happens, so... Ho ho ho! If you ever are in need of my wisdom, you are always welcome here. Yeah, that's why we came. What to do? Have you lost your way? When that happens, we each have to take a good look, long look at ourselves. There's always something in the deepest reaches of our hearts, something buried or something forgotten. Remember it, whatever that is, must certainly be what you are all looking for. That's easy enough to say, but I can't remember a thing. It must be there, look harder. Ah, no good. Cloud, you call the others in here too. Yeah, I'll take a double pepperoni. I still love how he cocks his head back. Hey, yeah, how's it going? Booganoggin's saying some stuff I don't get. Get down here. Do you see it? What is it that you were searching for? So I notice here, on the PS1 version, all the characters look normal. So that must have been a Steam thing. When they updated the models, they screwed up somewhere. Because if you play this scene on the Steam version, Sid, and I think Kate Sith, and maybe Vincent, but mostly Sid, he's like blue. He looks like a Smurf. Nope, not a thing. Nah, can't come up with a thing. Me either, I don't get any of this. I remember Eris a lot. No, not that. You haven't remembered. You haven't forgotten. That's not it. How would you say it? Eris was right there all along, right by our side. She was so close, we couldn't see her. What Eris did, the words she left behind? That reminds me, I was the same. As was I. Me too. She said she was the only one who could stop Sephiroth's meteor. But Eris is gone. Is it impossible for us to carry on what Eris tried to accomplish? We ain't no ancients, if that's what you mean. What did that girl go off to? What? Did that girl go off to that place? I think he meant to say, why did that girl go off to that place? That's it. What's it? We don't know about it. What did Eris know? Why did she face Sephiroth without running away? I see, she returned there once again, correct? Perhaps I'll have you take me there. You're going too? What's so surprising about that? Even I want to get out from time to time and see the outside world. I wonder what did it. I haven't felt like this in ages. It must be the planet. The planet is calling you. Yeah, oh boy, the planet calling, right. And then he walks out. Like, we just did this whole thing where he's like talking about saving the planet and how the planet is a kid and we have to protect it. And then we get here and he's like, okay, whatever, guys. Oh, then let's go. Sid's gonna Sid. Yo, Patrick, thank you for the 32 months. I missed the Sid version. Me too. Sid version, best version. Oh yeah, Bugenhagen, I have one more thing I want to ask you. We're carrying around huge materia. This is pretty delicate stuff, and we would like to keep it in a safe place. Ho ho ho, then we'll put it upstairs. Now, shall we be on our way? I'll teach you how to work the machine. Watch carefully now. You just pull this here. Wait, if this is a one-to-one representation of the universe, does that mean when we place these huge materia, there's like giant huge materia planets that we create? That'd be sick. Ho ho ho, is this what you call huge materia? This is really rare materia indeed. Materia this rare is certain to have a special consciousness enclosed in it. Why would you say that? Huge materia. It's glowing strangely. Huge materia emitted a cold glow. Is that Bahamut? Bahamut and Neo Bahamut. Materia glows brightly. Receive Bahamut Zero materia. My favorite materia. I just love it so much. Like every other materia in the game, even Knights of the Round. Sure, you need a gold chocobo to get there, but when you get there, it's just like, materia is strong, and then you pick it up. This is the only materia where there's like a bunch of stuff you have to do to get it. And there's like this big animation, it makes it so epic. Like it just makes Bahamut Zero feel like something special. And then of course the animation is my favorite animation in the game. It's so cool. I just remember doing it over and over again as a kid and watching it and just being like, is this the future of gaming? Oh, good, now let's leave. Do you remember how to use the machine down below? If you ever want to see materia, come here anytime. So for those of you that don't know, you need to master one of every materia in the game of that color, and then go up to the huge materia and touch it, and you get the master materia of that color. Command materia works different though. You only have to master the command materia that, well actually, let me think. I think you do have to master all of them, but you don't have to master enemy skill. And I want to say you also don't have to master the ones that aren't included in the command materia, but I think you do. I think you do have to master all of them, just not enemy skill. And so, like, master summon is pretty rough because you have to master Knights of the Round. Okay, you don't have to do the W's, double cut, or slash all. You don't have to do slash all, really? Because slash all is included, isn't it? Maybe not. No, I'm thinking mega all gives you slash all. Cool, so everything but the W item, materia, W magic, W summon, E skill, double cut, and slash all. All the other ones you have to do. But for those of you that are wondering, you can get the master materia after getting the master materia from Emerald Weapon. So you can't have 2 copies of master materia. That's the most you can get. Or no, it's not the most you can get. Sorry, excuse me. You can actually get infinite master materia. Because if you actually master all the materia again, you get a second one. It's kind of ridiculous because you have to master everything again, and everything's level 1 probably because it birthed from another materia. But yes, you can just keep doing it over and over again and get infinite master materia. It's pretty silly to do, so getting 3 would be enough if you were trying to be crazy, but... Smells like machinery. I love this smell. Of course, I also love the smell of nature, too. Is the deck up there? Then I'll be on the deck just passing the time. I can feel the workings of the planet and the smell of the wind. I also feel the greatness of man's wisdom and the knowledge and the smell of machinery. Well, bye for now. Alright. But what if I want a Quadra Magic HP, MP, Absorb MP, Turbo Master Summon? I guess you do need more then. Unless you, unless you just use the materia. Like what I did was I did Master Magic, but then I used like Comet for my second and third. But then it only works with Comet. So if you're doing like Knights of the Round, you just need a Master Magic and then... or a Master Summon and then some Knights of the Round. I left my Chocobo up there. Guys, come on now. What are you doing? Can't leave behind Tact Pimp. He is an important part of our party. Why did you attack Cloud? That was a mistake. Oh, good. Tact Pimp is very important. We'll never leave him behind. Yo, Deku with the full year. Can I get some love in the chat for Deku? The full year sub. Enjoy the red badge, man. And Awful, they were the 13 months. 1 month past a year. On our way to 2 years. Alright, say it with me, chat. You ready? You can land there? What? Boom. How long have you known this information? Boom. To Square now? I don't think they do. I'm trying to keep it a secret from them. Because they might patch it. They might release the game again. Like a patch version. This is... Yes, exactly. Are you getting something? Give me a moment. The knowledge of the ancients swirling around here is telling me one thing. The planet's in a crisis. A crisis beyond human power or endless time. It says when the time comes, we must search for Holy. Holy. Holy, the ultimate white magic. Magic that might stand against Meteor. Perhaps our last hope to save the planet from Meteor. If a soul seeking holy reaches the planet, it will appear. Ho ho! He says specifically, they have to reach the planet. That's important. Meteor, weapon, everything will disappear. Perhaps even ourselves. Even us? It is up to the planet to decide. What is best for the planet? What is bad for the planet? All that is bad will disappear, that is all. Ho ho ho! I wonder which we humans are. What an amazing line there. I love it so much. This is where the game kind of it transcends past good versus evil, just like, oh, we're the good guys, so we're just defeating chaos and saving the world. This is where it transcends that. It's no longer just we're the good guys trying to kill Sephiroth, the bad guy. Now all of a sudden we get these questions of, are we doing the right thing? Are humans right? After going through the whole beginning of the game where all we talk about is how bad humans are, this is where it finally reaches a head. All that Midgar stuff where we talk about how humans are evil and they're just greedy and they want to take and take and take and kill the planet just for their own gain, and how killing the planet is worth it because it's improving our quality of life. All that stuff kind of connects to these theories of like big business and all that stuff. But this is where it finally connects to Sephiroth and Meteor and Holy and all this stuff. We've gone through all of this stuff and seen how evil humans can be. And now Bugenhagen kind of drops the bomb on us like, hey, when Holy comes, the planet might decide we're evil. I mean, you've seen all the stuff that's happened over the past 40 hours of gameplay. You've seen Shinra do all these bad things. Sephiroth himself is a human. He's done all these bad things, right? So are we good? Are we worthy to save the planet? All that kind of hits us now. By the way, we're doomed. Search for Holy. How do we do it? Speak to the planet. Get the white materia. This will bond the planet to humans. Then speak to the planet. If our wish reaches the planet, the white materia will begin to glow a pale green. This is the end. I like that line too. It's like where he realizes Eris had the white materia. But when Eris died, it fell from the altar. That's why this is the end. Also, a really cool thing here, if you remember that the materia was green when it fell out, then you already know what happened here. Once he says it has to be pale green, if you remember the cutscene. Here, I feel like as a kid, when I played this, I was probably like, was it green? Was it not green? I don't remember. I wasn't paying that close of attention. And that's a great replay thing where when you play it the second time, you can see that it was indeed green. Ho ho ho! Ho ho ho! Oh, you do get to see the cutscene here too, but... Ho ho ho! Look at this! Ancient's writing. Can you read it? I can't even make it out. This is no time for jokes. I'm not an ancient. I can't read this thing. I may be old, but my eyes aren't completely bad yet. Look closely below the writing. There's a note written in chalk. Key in the music box. It was probably written by a scientist who's been here. He probably used all his energy to make out these two words. I wonder if we know who that scientist is. I guess it could be Gast, but it wouldn't really matter who it was, but... Key to what? I don't know, but it probably has something to do with our riddle. I think it was two words in the ancient language, because it was parentheses. There were two parentheses, so I think the second word meant in the music box was one word, which is a weird thing to be one word, but hey. They're the ancients, okay? I'm not going to judge. The riddle, then it must have something to do with Eris. What does it mean? That music box over there, we'll put the key in it. I'll go use the key. You all wait here. When did we give you the key? And watch closely what happens. Where'd you get that? I thought we left it on the Highwind. Also, that's a music box. Oh ho ho! Okay, I never even noticed that. I never noticed that the spikes hit different heighted, like crystals at different heights. I just thought it stuck in there. I never really paid that much attention to it. But there's a bunch of crystals at different heights, and that's why it's like a spiky thing. Because when it turns, it hits the different spikes, and then I'm guessing the song is what unlocks the... I know that's how a music box works, okay? But it's not a box. Now, go inside. Hope may be inside. Or... it's a music... circle. I don't know. Define box. This was just a screen to project an image. Look at the image projected on the screen of the water. Dude, how epic is that? It's some like Indiana Jones, how the crystal reflects onto the water and that's why the water's there. Like, oh man, it's so cool. There's many different ways they could have done this. This is such a unique, cool way to do it. Pops open a Coca-Cola. It's glowing. Oh ho ho, it's pale green! The screen is so laggy because of the water. Eris has already prayed for Holy. After I gave out the black materia to Sephiroth, Eris's words came to me in a dream. She said she was the only one who could stop Sephiroth, and to do that, there was a secret here. That was Holy. That's why she had the white materia. Eris knew about here, and what she had to do. Eris had left us great hope, but it cost her her life, her future. I'm sorry, Eris. I should have figured this out sooner. You left us without saying a word. It was all so sudden, so I couldn't think. That's why it took so long for me to find out. But Eris, I understand now. Eris, I'll do the rest. You! It's we! We! Sid, you're ruining the moment. The hope she left us. We've got to take a chance with it. I'm so glad I accidentally left Sid in for this scene. Thank you, Eris. Eris's voice has already reached the planet. Just look at the glow of the white materia. But how about Holy? How come Holy isn't moving? Why? Something's getting in its way. Him. He's the only one that could do it. Sephiroth, where are you? Here comes another great phone call. What the? At least he didn't look around before answering it. Usually when it rings, he's like, what is that noise? Whisper, whisper. Sorry, I was a little surprised. What happened? You remember when the Junon cannon disappeared? Actually, Rufus moved it. Moved it? That big thing? Where? Why? Also, yeah, what's going on with Cloud's eyes? He looks like a... He looks like one of those stress balls with like the goofy faces. Alright, you guys asked for it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, YouTube. Chat asked for it. This wasn't me. Don't blame me. When you get a call in the middle of the night and you're still half asleep. That's a new emote. Oh my god, he blinks too. It's spooky. I don't like it. Rufus wants to destroy Sephiroth with it. That cannon operates on huge materia, but the huge materia has already been used in the rocket plan. So since the cannon's useless right now, he decided to move it. To a place where materia, no, where Mako is gathered. And where is that? God, his eyes looked even worse there. Yeah, there's still no, like, I don't know how they moved it. I don't know. Shinra has a lot of people, they just all grabbed the part, just lifted it. Also, it had to go quite a far ways. That's why, Reeve, it's your job to adjust the reactor's output. I see. Ha ha! Don't worry about adjusting it, Reeve. Once you open it up all the way, everything will go full speed. Yeah, ha ha ha! The president's sure done it this time. If we can only defeat Sephiroth, the idea that Meteor will also disappear is based on different objectives. What? Please remember, Mr. President, it was my idea to fire Mako reactor-powered shells. Will the shells really reach the far northern border? Ah ha ha! Of course! But Mr. President, please do not call it a Mako cannon. This new weapon will be called... the Sister Ray! I really like the name Sister Ray, but I'm kind of curious as to why it's not the Scarlet Ray or something. Like, she could call it whatever she wants. Oh god, what was that? He like didn't run off screen and then just appeared down below. That was strange. What about the Brother Ray? I don't think it was called the Sister Ray in Midgar, or in Junon. They never call it that, but I don't know, maybe there's a reference to it. Was it? I never noticed that. I never noticed that it's like already there, already written on it. I guess they blew it then. There's no reason why it should be. That's wild. Alright, so, some stuff here. What the? There's something about this that I've always really loved. Something about, like, events like this happening on the world map. Makes it feel so much, like, more epic. Because you can really, like, see it during the gameplay, you know? You probably have, and I just forgot. But yeah, I guess I never like put 2 and 2 together and realized, yeah, they kind of screwed up. Because she specifically says it's now not the Mako cannon. What's wrong? It's a strange signal. From where? It's coming from this person? Question mark. I love that. It's coming from this person thing. Wow. Hey. That was a surprise. The controls went crazy. This ain't good. Also, I love the idea that, like, this whole time, the crew was probably working on the high wind, and every once in a while just kind of looked at Kate Sith sitting there, and they're like, hey. What is that thing? So no one ever explains it. They don't explain it to him. Weapon came out of the sea and is heading straight for Midgar. The new weapon should stop him, right? I don't know if it's ready or not. Hey, what's gonna happen to Marlene? Don't you worry, none. Marlene's in a safe place. She's with Eris's mama. Barrett! I love this part. Really underrated part here. What was that scratching just now? As long as Marlene is safe, who cares what else happens, right? I've been itching to say this to you for a while now. When you blew the Midgar #1 up, how many folks do you think died? That was for the life of the planet. You gotta expect a few casualties. A few? What do you mean by a few? What may be a few to y'all is everything to them who died. Protect the planet. Ha! Y'all sure sound good. Ain't no one that'd go against ya, so you think you can just do whatever y'all want? I don't want to hear that from no one in Shinra. Nothing I can do about that. Stop it. Kate Sith, Barrett, he knows what he did. What we did in Midgar can't be forgotten no matter what the reason. Right? We haven't forgotten, right? I know you. You can't quit the company because you're worried about the people in Midgar, right? Cloud? Okay, let's go. We'll beat Weapon ourselves. What a terrible idea. Hey, Cloud. You think we can win against that monster? We got a chance of winning, right? How would I know? But that's no reason for us to just let him go. It's a perfectly good reason. The fact that he might kill us is a perfectly good reason to let him go. We're going to Midgar and fight Weapon. Come on, let's move. Roar! We got some more love. Awful, thank you for the 13. I already counted that. Hope, thank you for the gifted sub. Draco, thank you for the 15 months. High Def, just wanted to say thank you for always being such a positive influence on the Twitch community. Keep being awesome. How dare you. Thanks. Kick it, thank you for the 29 months. And Bearded, thank you for the host. Okay, so a couple things. This is the last time you can do the Yuffie side quest. We already did it, but just a note. This is the very last time. As soon as you fight Emerald Weapon, the quest disappears. If you run into him here, it's funny. What are you trying to do? Break the high wind? He will stand here forever if you let him come all the way down here. He will stand here forever. You don't have to fight him in any amount of time. There was also a really funny glitch you can do with, we talked about it earlier, the double Yuffie glitch has to do with Diamond Weapon, because of the way the game interacts with Emerald Weapon or Diamond Weapon on the map. Because you can do the Chocobo glitch and then run into him, and it cancels stuff it's not supposed to cancel, and funny stuff happens. I think that's about it. I've always found it hilarious that he walks straight towards the cannon, just like Sapphire Weapon does. Like, both Sapphire and Diamond just don't understand the idea of, like, not going directly into the one cannon on the world map. Like, just the one place. This is the only spot you can't be if you don't want to get blasted, and yet you pick that spot. I think that's about it. Need my doggo back. How many? Oh my god, I have so many ethers. That was from that grinding. So, a couple things about the AI in this fight. Also, before I do that, I'm gonna swap this back to, what was it, MP, I forget what I had on here. Those two HP absorb. We're just gonna steal normal, actually, we'll do, Comet, MP Turbo, Comet, MP Absorb. We'll do Steel as well instead. Because he has a cool Steel. So he takes no physical damage unless his thing is opened up, and his thing only opens up if you use limits or summons. But you can just blast him with magic, and he won't open up, and you won't have to deal with any of that garbage. And we gotta see the best animation in the game. Let's go. This might be the reason that I had like an obsession with dragons when I was a kid. This one thing. Like, come on, dude. This is still the coolest thing of my entire childhood. Friggin' space dragon. Come on. Such an amazing attack. Typhoon. I think Typhoon's the only one we haven't seen yet. Got the Rising Sun. Get a magic breath does anything to him. I want to say no. Time for everyone's favorite Quadra Magic Ultima. What? I said it's time for Quadra Magic Ultima. Did you say something, boy? I couldn't hear you. What are they selling? Also, an insane amount of XP and AP in that fight. Absolutely nuts. It's pretty much the biggest fight in the game other than the final boss. Like, it's the most epic and gives the most rewards. Although the Hojo fight being 3 phases is pretty dope too. Also, he like waddles away with his stupid dress. Something's wrong. No, it's feeling something. Yeah, it senses murder. What? What does that even mean? Okay, can we go now? By the way, you can walk during this. You can like run after him. Come back! Come back, I want to talk to you about some stuff. Oh no, let's hurry out of here. Something's big. I'm talking really big's coming. Why doesn't he just say they're firing the cannon? Ha ha ha, Mr. President. Preparations for Sister Ray are now in order. Ha ha ha. Anytime is fine. Fire. Here we go. Best FMV right here. I'm not arguing that. The spaceship will always be the most memorable to me, but this one's amazing. The part that really gets me about this FMV is when everything goes quiet. Yeah. It's so epic. So epic. How's the glass still there? I thought it just broke. Hey, why don't you use that attack during our fight? That probably would have hurt. Which direction is it going to attack from? Midgar! Marlene! Well, shouldn't have stood there. Dang. It went right through weapon. I see, they're after Sephiroth, the crater on the northern boundary. Da-da-da. What did we learn? Sir, weapon's been defeated. The barrier's disappeared. Sir, a massive high-density energy is heading towards Midgar. A quick turnaround. Ooh. Whoa, weapons attacking! Run for your lives! Yeah, according to Advent Children, somehow he doesn't die there. What happened to Sephiroth? Northern Cave. Let's go see what happened to it. So, I don't really know how I feel about Rufus dying there, because part of it's like, it makes sense thematically. You know, that was like his final show-off moment. Like, yeah, I'm better than my dad. I made this big cannon that can blow up weapon, but then he gets his. By killing weapon, he kills himself. You know, like by doing this one last act against the planet finally like punishes him. So it makes sense thematically, but I always felt like there was more that should have happened with Rufus. Like, there's the boss fight at the beginning of the game, and it always feels like that's going to pay off eventually, and it never does. We never get to fight Rufus again. It would have been cool to fight Rufus one more time during the Midgar raid, because it would have made a cool like bookend to the original fight in Midgar. But it never happens because he dies there, or dies there. So you do get, you know, your revenge on Heidegger and Scarlet, and you do have the final fight with the Turks too. So all that kind of gets a nice bow. But yeah, Rufus just kind of feels like kind of a wasted character a bit. We get to see all these evil things he does, and then he just kind of dies there. But like I said, it does make sense thematically, because that was like his final screw you planet, we're gonna do what we want because we're Shinra, and the planet finally said it's enough of you. So I don't know, I've always kind of thought I like that scene, but kind of wish there was another fight with Rufus, or just more with Rufus. Another thing I was thinking about, I wanted to bounce this guy off of you guys, because people ask me what would I do to make the game better or the story better, and usually I don't have an answer other than the character stat thing. But here's something that I was thinking about that maybe would have been cool. So imagine if, because it's kind of weird that we fight Diamond Weapon to save Midgar, and then Diamond Weapon like turns around to walk away, and then they shoot him with the cannon. So it's like, was us fighting really necessary? Like, what did any of that mean? It's all kind of disjointed and weird. So I was thinking maybe a better way they could have done that scene is, imagine if at the start they were like, oh my god, how are we going to stop Diamond Weapon? There's no way to stop him. He's going to go into Midgar and kill everyone. And then like Rufus calls, maybe through like, I don't think you could do it through Kate Sith, because they don't know yet that Kate Sith is Reeve, and they don't know that. The Shinra never get to know that. But somehow Rufus contacts them. Maybe he calls the Highwind because he has a connection with the Highwind, like they still have the number or something, I don't know. So Rufus like contacts Cloud specifically, and he's like, listen, Cloud, we need you to fight Diamond Weapon and get him into position for the cannon. Instead of just having Diamond happen to be in front of the cannon, instead he's coming from the other direction, and Rufus is like, hey, we need you to get him in front of the cannon. And Cloud's like, I ain't doing what you say, you're Rufus and Shinra and screw you. And he's like, listen, we don't want to work with you, but Midgar's gonna die and everyone's gonna die if we don't work together. And he's like, all right, fine, we'll do it. And then they fight, and the goal is to like push Diamond into where the cannon is, and then the cannon fires. I feel like that would have been a better way to make it all make sense, and would have also been kind of cool, where like Shinra and the crew had to work together for a moment. What do you think? Do you think that would have been a cooler way of doing it? Because to me, like, this part feels really disjointed, and it's just kind of like, we fight him and then he just gets shot anyways, and it's like, why do we even fight him? And why does he happen to be in front of the cannon? And why does he happen to be lined up with the North Crater as well? Like, doesn't make any sense. You want to see that in the remake? Hey, I mean, my phone's sitting here square. Just gotta give me a call. Like, hey, we want I got some ideas, you know, I could send them over your way. You said you want me to talk to Tifa? Now we're going to fight Sephiroth. I wonder what the inside of that cave looks like. You think Sephiroth is just sitting there waiting for Meteor? Yeah, kind of. He's just kind of sitting there. Hey, Cloud. Yeah, let's go. You think Diamond Weapon was standing there to try to stop the cannon? I don't know. He doesn't really make any, like, attempt to stop the shot. He just stands there. Do you think it would have at least, like, put his hands out or something? Maybe he would have shot the missiles at the beam or something. He just kind of stands there and takes it, though. I like that idea, but if that was the idea they had, I think they could have done it a bit better. The world, like, failed a little there for a second. Sephiroth's energy barrier is gone. Sid, can the airship get inside? Huh? He's my student, ain't he? Of course, he can go anywhere. Right, sorry about that. I like how he does. He's like, oh, sorry, I didn't mean. Yo, Kate Sith, now what? Hold it. Scarlet, Heidegger, what's going on? So, this is the scene, I believe. Strange, I can't reach the president. Not the president, the sister ray. Ha ha ha, what does it read? You're speaking strangely. None of that matters. The reactor's output is increasing all by itself. Wait a minute, that's not wise. It must cool for 3 hours or it won't work. Reeve, shut off the machine. We can't do that, it's inoperable. Yeah, so this part right here, if you hold down right and X, you skip the entire Midgar raid and go right to the Hojo boss fight. You skip a straight 2 to 3 hours of gameplay. And all you have to do is just hold down right and X, or run, whatever run is. That's it. Someone has switched the machine over to mainframe operation. We can't operate it from here. What about the mainframe? Who? Hey, call the mainframe. Huh? Why are you giving orders? I don't give a dang about the details. Yeah, it's probably the most blatant glitch in the game, like, blatant, stupid, broken thing in the game. It was one of the first big skips to ever be found. I think it really was the first, like, big content skip in the game. The reason it works is that in cutscenes, usually there's an invisible cloud standing somewhere in the cutscene. It was just their way to, like, easily code it. And so Cloud is standing up and to the left, like up by those two like plates. He's standing there, invisible, and normally you can't control him, but they forgot to take away control from Cloud in this part. Oh, Petfriend actually said he's right by Hojo. So anyways, they forgot to take away control of invisible Cloud here, so you can actually move Cloud around. And if you're already holding down right and X when this loads in, Cloud will bonk into the line where the Hojo boss fight starts. Remember, like, if you're actually here normally, you have to walk up to Hojo, and once you get to a certain spot, the party splits up and then they start talking. You can hit that trigger. And then once you hit that trigger, the game just goes into that. So now it's like, okay, now Hojo's talking about the fight. The party splits up, but Cloud's invisible, so there's like 2 characters, but no Cloud. And they talk, and then the fight happens. And then once the fight happens, the game's programmed to continue on from there. So it just thinks you're there, and it goes on as normal. Like we said before, there's only one number that determines where you are in the story, and that number gets incremented when you beat Hojo. So then it just keeps going. But, there's one other scene, we talked about it in Junon, where the same thing happens, where you can run into a trigger you're not supposed to and skip some stuff in Junon. But here it's a big deal, because you skip so much content. You skip all of the Midgar raid, you skip the Turk fight, you skip the Proud Clod, you skip debut item, although you can dig it up. All that stuff, you skip it all. So it's pretty wild. It also is kind of similar to the Aerith Church thing, where you run past the trigger to despawn the Aerith Ghost, because when the screen's loading in, it doesn't know to, like, stop you from moving, and you get a chance to run into the trigger. What I thought, though, was that Cloud was way up to the top left and you had to run quite a bit far down, but PepFriend said he's actually standing right next to the trigger, and you just need that one frame when it's loading in to run into it, which is interesting. I didn't know that. Ha ha ha, just you wait, Sephiroth. I'll give you all the Mako you want. Hojo, stop! The cannon! No, Midgar itself is in danger. Ha ha ha, 1 or 2 Midgars? It's a small price to pay. Hojo! Hojo! Show me, Sephiroth. It should be near. Ha ha ha, go beyond the powers of science. Before your presence, science is powerless. I hate it, but I'll concede to it. Just let me see it. Ha ha ha. Somebody had commented on one of the videos asking why Hojo is evil. Not like, why do we call him evil, but like, why did he go crazy? Like, why did he become evil? Why isn't he just a normal scientist? And I don't know if there's any canon explanation for that. There might be in Dirge, because they talk way more about Hojo in Dirge. So maybe wait till we get to the Dirge playthrough someday, and maybe we'll know a bit more. But I'm not sure if even Dirge explains the reason. I would think that most people would say, and most sources would say, that he's just insane, like, and that's it. I don't think there's like an event that happens that makes him insane. What would be kind of cool is if Hojo was a normal scientist and then he started working on Jenova and Jenova drove him crazy. Then you could actually like link everything back to Jenova. Because right now it's almost like Hojo's more evil than Jenova, because Jenova came and then was like taken care of, and then the whole reason that anything happens in this game is because of Hojo and his crazy experiments. But if Hojo went crazy because of Jenova, then you could link it back to Jenova and be like, okay, Jenova really is like the ultimate evil. But yeah, maybe he was normal and then he injected himself with Jenova to see what would happen and went crazy. There could be a cool like explanation where he really wanted to do oh, you know what would be really interesting? I don't know if I'd like this or not. I don't know if I would like this or not, because I like the idea of Hojo being evil. But what if Hojo like wanted to try to test Jenova stuff to help Midgar? Like he wanted to save people with the power of Jenova, but Shinra wouldn't let him do any tests on humans because it wasn't cleared or whatever. So he tested himself first for like the better of Midgar. He was like, I'm gonna test myself because if it works, I'll be able to save people in Midgar. But then he goes crazy because he injected himself with Jenova. It could be like an irony to it, you know? But I also don't like that as much, because I like Hojo being like actually evil, and that would make me feel like he's more of a good guy gone wrong. And I kind of like him being super evil. So I don't know, but it's an idea. Yeah, that would give me a reason to like Hojo, and I don't want a reason to like Hojo. I like him being truly evil. Not every character needs to have like a good side, you know? Like look at Kefka. The whole reason that people love Kefka so much is that he has no good side. He's just nonsense insane. Granted, there is like that part where they say that he went crazy because of the experiments. But I think it's safe to say like he wasn't the best guy before the experiments anyways, and then like that just drove him like super insane. But he could be like Kefka a bit, where like he was just a normal scientist, maybe a bit crazy, but then because of the experiments he went like super insane. But yeah, not everyone needs a sympathetic backstory. I think the whole idea behind Hojo is he is just straight up evil. I don't really want this like reason to like him. But you could twist it a little bit. You could say that like he wasn't always, I don't care if the entirety of Midgar dies evil, but he was at one point just kind of like a crazy scientist who just wanted to see maybe some extra crazy, you know, like he was willing to go beyond everyone else. He wasn't necessarily kill everyone stage, but he was like, where everyone else was like, we should back off, he was like, no, let's keep going. I want to see what happens, like, let's go. and like his curiosity turned him into like this manic scientist. And then once he started working on Genova, then it all went downhill. Yeah, this like obsession with Genova. And then you could say maybe Genova caused him to go insane, or maybe not. You could leave it up in the air. Like maybe he was always crazy, or maybe Genova was talking to him and that's what made him like obsess over Genova. Kind of like the way Genova talks to Cloud. You know, he maybe in his sleep he like heard Genova saying like, you know, do these experiments, and so maybe she did it, but maybe she didn't do it. Maybe it was Hojo's doing. So like you could throw it up in the air and then we never know. Yeah, we know that he has Genova cells, and here he injects himself with like an insane amount, but he always had them, you know, well, always, but we don't know when that actually is. Go Bearded, thank you for the 22, and the host. And Kickin', did I thank you for the 29? Thank you so much. And David, thank you for the bits. Oh yeah, like it's been talked about many times, but Hojo is the most evil character in the game. Like Genova is inherently evil, like she's the quote unquote bad force, you know, foreign force. But Hojo is a human that lives on this planet that should care about other human lives. He's not an alien where it's like she don't care, she's an alien. He should care about humans. He should have compassion. He just doesn't. He doesn't care. He will. Vincent walks up and he's like, hey, maybe don't like make your child into a Genova slave. And he's just like, bam! Just no remorse. Just shoot him in the head. Hey, can we make him into a vampire? That'd be neat. Like, dude is just absolute off his rocker nuts evil. At least at that point, he is. So yeah, he's, and then Sephiroth has this whole like, he was a good guy, and then there's this whole tragedy where he thinks Genova is his true mother, and his whole story is more of a tragedy than anything. You can call him evil because as soon as he realizes that he's not human, even though he is, as soon as he thinks that he's not human, he just starts killing humans, and that's pretty evil. Like, just because you found out that you're not human, even though he is, but he thinks that he's not human, doesn't mean you just go around and start killing humans. Like, he just completely throws away his humanity immediately, and he's like, nope, I'm an alien, everybody gotta die. So he's definitely evil, but there's this tragedy to it where like he believes he's more of an alien than he actually is, and he believes all these things because Genova kind of like pushes him that way, and he was also a good guy before, and you can look at the good deeds he did, and so he has this whole like tragedy to him. But they purposely never show Hojo doing anything good. He is always evil. From what we know of him and from what we see of him, he is 100% always evil. There's never a cutscene where like Lucretia is like, man, Hojo, you're such a great guy. Granted, there is the cutscene where she's hugging him, but even that, I think in, I forget where, I think maybe in Dirge. It goes way more into it in Dirge, but even that, like, he steals her away from Vincent and, like, does terrible things to her, so we'll get more into that in Dirge, but yeah, I mean, they purposely never show him doing anything good. He's in Costa del Sol chilling, but he's not doing anything good. He's not feeding the birds. He's chilling with some babes. Like, yeah, he like manipulates her. Yo, do something, you big cat. I love this little waddle he does. We're sunk. Hojo's doing this on his own. Huh? I don't like this. You're busted, Reeve. Too late trying to hide it now. Can't you stop the Mako reactor? By the way, I don't know necessarily why he's busted there. He says Hojo's doing it by himself, so I guess they know from what they just saw that he's either Heidegger, Scarlet, or Reeve, and he's obviously not Heidegger or Scarlet. So I guess that's why he's busted. But I would argue that most of the scenes they've seen, they could have deducted that he was Reeve. So, because there were plenty of scenes where it was only Scarlet, Heidegger, Rufus, and Reeve in the room. So you would think, like, they would figure it out from that, but we can't stop it. You're from Shinra, ain't ya? So why is it impossible? We came a long way to get here. You better not double-cross us now. I can't make you trust me. You dang fool. Don't you understand anything I'm saying? I don't give a dang about Shinra. If you're a man, no. If you're a human being, you'll save the planet. Don't you even care? No way. If we shut down the reactor, all heck will break loose. Why? Can't you just shut off the valve? Yeah, it's easy to shut off the reactor's pipe valves, but the reactor made a path for the energy to escape from below. Once you open that, it'll be impossible to close it until everything blasts out. And we can't try to stop the energy from gushing out. An explosion! This blast will be way stronger than when the #1 reactor blew up. Dang. Forget about that. The cannon! We've got to get to Midgar. That's the first thing. Must stop Hojo first. Looks like Cloud and the others are on their way. Stay out of the way. Yeah, ha ha ha. Don't be so ludicrous. I don't recall you giving me any orders. The peace preservation will give their best effort to make the enemy retreat. Because of them, That's a private matter. The president is dead. Now I'm doing things my way. Gah ha ha. Ha ha ha. Heidegger, now I'm going to use the new weapon. Hey, wait! Cloud, everybody, sorry, but... Poor Eve. But you'll come, won't you? Oh God, Cloud, what happened? Please, Cloud, put... Turn around, I can't watch. I know! Hey! I'm leaving the ship in your hands. I'm heading for Midgar. Hey, how's it going, Fox?